it's tough. We do understand the burden that is trying to pick one piece of gear to rule them all in your world. But if you look around, take some time, take a moment, gather yourself. You did mention how impactful the Triton was, but so a part of me was like, I didn't want to put that in your mouth because a lot of time has gone by, and I'm sure there's other fond pieces. But if you had to maybe choose one,
if I had to choose a piece of gear, I would choose two pieces of gear. I would choose.
I love that. I love the boldness. I choose to disrespect your question and answer it.
That's the 3 wishes from a genie. I want 3 more wishes as the first wish. Yeah, great.
Yeah. No, honestly, touche.
I'll blow through this first one though. It's just my baby, my first Firebird that I was given by Gibson for the Swing Swing video in late 2002. I still put it on almost every recording, whether it's a Rejects recording or any other project I'm working on. I just know exactly how it feels, how it sounds, what to do with it. It's an appendage for me. I love that thing. It's right over there. She hasn't been on tour in a very long time.
Pan the camera. Give us a little pan. I'm sure I've seen it. I recognize it. But okay. Yep. There it is. I see that extra little scale. Yeah. She's a tall one, tall drink of water.
She's got a long neck, yeah. But yeah, that's my baby. Love her to death. So the second piece of gear, probably the most important is the Korg Triton, especially for this era that we've been discussing. It was my first keyboard that wasn't like a Radio Shack or Casio. Which, I mean, now I'd take either a Radio Shack or a Casio keyboard. Those things are fucking fun.
I know. Rest in peace, the Shack.
Yeah. Yeah, those realistic keyboards are really worth a penny now. But yeah, the Korg Triton, man, when I got it, it was the ultimate workstation. It was a sequencer, not just a synthesizer. So I programmed strings, drum loops, synth parts, stuff like that. And ended up taking those to the studio, and all of those sounds are on that first record. The organ on Swing Swing is the Korg Triton. And I remember when we finally got a keyboard player for our live show, whatever he was playing, it was maybe a newer Korg or maybe a Yamaha like Motif or something. We couldn't recreate that organ sound, so we had to dig out the Korg Triton and sample the organ for Swing Swing, because it sounded too good. We're like, all these organs sound like too nice. We need that, like, whatever Korg was doing in 2001, man. That's what we need.
Yep.
And it also had a 3.5-inch floppy drive on it. So when we went and played these songs live, especially when it was just Tyson and myself and a drum machine, which was the Korg Triton, but also when we were playing as a 3-piece or, eventually a 4-piece when Mike came on board, Chris would have the Triton like back by his drum kit, and he would have to load a 3.5-inch floppy disk for every single song.
Oh no!
There wasn't enough internal memory to save all of the songs, so they had to all be external on a floppy drive. And I mean, a floppy drive holds what, like 3.1 megabytes?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. What was the fastest turnaround? Like song transition, were you able to like do like a quick transition, or was like every song like
there had to be banter between every single song?
Yeah,
got it.
So it was at least a minute.
Crazy.
And I mean, on stage, a minute is a fucking lifetime.
Is an eternity. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, I'm picturing he's like back there like vamping with the hat and kick, like trying to load it. It's like, it's not loaded, like blowing it off, like,
totally
like a fucking Nintendo system. Dude, so nowadays I'm curious because I'm looking at it right here. So Korg has taken like the 20-year revival of it into the soft synth world and have the full like Triton workstation software internal. I wonder if those sounds are on there. I mean, if they're not, I think it feels like a fit, right? But so maybe we'll give it a download, and you would be the best test of that as being much more familiar for obvious reasons with the OG.
What was the organ patch name?
Honestly, I think I know exactly. It's called Pipe Tootie.
Pipe Tootie.
Pipe Tootie. Wow, that's honestly 100% the name of this segment. Nick Wheeler and his pipe tootie.
Pipe tootie.
Wow. On that note,
I can't believe I still had that in here somewhere.
I totally can. Because they that's especially now, and the more I guarantee you that half the guitar players out there in bands nowadays, forever, on their deathbed will be like, what was the Kemper patch? It'd be like, it was this. Mm-hmm. It was like riff and roll. Yeah. So 100%, because you stared at it so much. You're just like, that was what you brought up and started with. But it cannot get better than Pipe Tootie. That's a beautiful place. Gear Candy out.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. I think it was TUTTI.